So, welcome to round 2 of the Other Brother podcast. We are Other Brother. We're based out of Denver, Colorado. My name is Logan.
I'm Noah.
And I'm Turbo.
And we're just going to jib-jab for a little bit here, just as last week, but hopefully a little bit more fine this week.
Well, don't mind me as I open up my brew.
Yeah, let's crack these open. So we're going to do a different format this week versus last week, because last week is just some old shenanigans where we just BS'd about random stuff. This week we kind of gave each other homework saying, hey, come up with a topic that we can all discuss. And we'll just have three separate ideas, concepts, topics, whatever the hell we feel like. And then we'll just go from there, see what's happening. So
Cheers,
we
boys.
hand it off after a toast.
I didn't know if we were going to knock it on the table, too. I saw that.
No. I was going.
I
just kind of swang it up. Let's see if we'll make it through this week without you spilling on yourself again.
That's true. I had to teach myself how to drink beer after last week, because the whole...
Did you practice a little bit?
A little bit, I might have gotten drunk one night, but that's off the record. Okay.
Right.
No, I don't drink during the
Let me just mute this real quick.
All right, so Noah, what do you got for us today, huh?
All right, so I kind of want to talk about something that's sort of been grinding my gears, maybe kind of tickling my petticoat a little bit.
Love that you said that.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, basically, in the form of multimedia, when it comes to kind of like A-line stuff, like not like YouTube, entertainment, things like that, like made by just average Joes, but the things that are made by essentially Hollywood. Let's talk TV shows, movies, and then if we're talking video games, just like, top-rated devs. I hate all of the negative reviews that people are okay with just throwing at these things without really giving it like a fair chance for what it is. And what I mean by that is games like,
Yeah, give us an example.
let's say, okay, so this is a video game reference, but The Division just came out. Right now, it's getting so much heat and so many negative reviews, and it seems just like people are reviewing it in terms of, I don't like it, so therefore 1 out of 10. Like, reviews don't make sense anymore. They're not saying, okay, I don't really enjoy this gameplay, but it looks gorgeous. There's this positive thing. You can tell they spent years making this game. So just because I don't like it, it can still be a good game to somebody else. But no, that's not how people review anymore. They just sort of say, like, this game's garbage. This movie's garbage.
Yeah.
I
Like
see
along
movies
the lines of the Batman v Superman reviews. That they were getting
exactly,
and stuff.
and like movies in the theater, jump into movies that are getting 5 out of 10 on IMDb. But how can a 5 out of 10 movie be in a movie theater at all? Like, that's not. How can a movie that got an F?
Are you implying that
There's probably full frontal nudity.
The review system is flawed, is what I'm saying.
Are you implying that there's no bad media?
No.
There's no bad movies?
I'm saying there are bad movies and there's bad elements to movies, but just because a movie that looks gorgeous or has a really good plot line but maybe not that great of filming, like, there's so many different elements to this multimedia
To
that
give it a hard number?
It should, yeah, exactly. And not just that it's giving it a hard number, but the fact that people can give it, they're okay with giving it a 5.6. They're saying, well, your movie is a 56% because I did not find it enjoyable.
These French
And
movies.
What
yeah,
was that?
It was American.
That was
That's
Hollywood
some
critic
shit.
snob. But I'm basically
Sound
saying,
like Keenan in that hot tub.
The big frog neck.
I'm saying
So-
things are bad, but the review system that we use for things like that, like movies and TV shows and video games, is totally flawed, and it shouldn't be assigned a number. We should just say, this is good, this is bad.
All right, so you're saying some sourpuss is going to see like these new video games, these new TV shows, these new movies, and they're just saying like, oh, it sucks because I'm just hoity-toity up here with my pinky up, and
Right.
this is for like the lesser or the dumber downs. When you could just be like, hey, that's just not for me. I saw it. Like,
Right.
these were the good things about it, but for me overall, it just wasn't the best thing.
Yeah, it looked dope. I see where you were going, like what you were going for, but I couldn't really vibe with it. But I can see how that's a good movie.
Okay.
I think people are just too.
You like take the numbers out of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Something just needs to change.
Yeah.
It's just the clickbait mentality, I suppose, right? They want People who are critics or reviewers or whatever like that, they have a website, they have a blog, they have an article in a newspaper. Everybody's just trying to sell something. They're trying to sell you their opinion, their score, and so...
Are you saying they want shock value?
Not necessarily shock value, because, there's plenty of reviews and stuff out there for, hey, yeah, this TV show, it's alright. That's not shocking at all. Right. But the whole idea that somebody would even go to them to get their opinion on something, like, they're just doing that. They're reviewing a product just to get views, to get their newspaper purchase, to get people to check out their whatever.
Right. That ad clip.
That's what it is. That's just the mentality. So, plus, then the consumer, like, when a new movie comes out that I'm interested in, like, for example, when Deadpool came out, I didn't go and see it right away, but on release day, release week, whatever, I was still super curious. If I saw something that said, hey, here's a Deadpool review, I'm guilty of clicking that.
Right.
So I'm curious, how was the movie? You know?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, are most of the reviews that I'm seeing and that the internet is seeing the ones that have just been clicked the most because, they say they hate it and that's a shock to everybody, or, once again, that's saying it's shock value. But basically, I think what I'm taking from what you just said is there could be 1,000 reviews out there, and most of them say that's a pretty good movie, which is what I would expect them to say, but those aren't the ones that you actually see most of the time.
I think it's like mainly, so you want the numbers game to be taken out of it, you want it just more opinion-based, and like, here's how this movie
If I was choosing, that's how I would do it.
Yeah. But then also, can that be a slippery slope, because, anywhere that you can comment on something, you're going to get those, like, internet gangsters, these, big tough guys behind the keyboard who are going to just, like, we all know if you read some YouTube comments, sometimes that's the most depressing shit of all time, where it's, a guy who, bonked his head when he was, like, 35 and had to, like, relearn how to read and think and walk and stuff, and now he, like, puts on clown shows downtown because that's, like, what's in his heart, and some people's like, oh, look at this, I could go for days, you could just know what it would be, and it's horrible, but, so it's just kind of like, I see where you're coming from.
Oddly specific.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I may have known someone who would have it too. But then it reminds me a lot of that South Park episode with the Yelpers and like Cartman's taking advantage of this thing. All these other people in town where they Yelp these different restaurants only to get like free food, free this, free that, and then like you got Kyle's dad who's like writing novels on this shit. And it's just like so bad. So maybe I see where you're coming from. Maybe like give some people like a limit though.
Yeah.
But then it's like, does someone have to browse through that with a fine-tooth comb and like, oh, take out the ones that hurt someone's feelings, or take out the ones that are like an entire novel on a review or something? I don't know, man. I see where you're coming from, though.
Basically, what I'm complaining about isn't something that can really be fixed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people out there. I know there's people out there that review things sort of in the sense that I like, where like a pros cons list and like mixed, like this was cool, but it also wasn't kind of cool, and they don't really give a number. They just kind of generalize it. But in the terms of everybody coming terms on the same basis and everybody wanting to show their input, there's no way that you could, send out something to 100 people and say, okay, everybody review this, and unless it's a numbers-based system, you're not going to read 100 reviews. So that's just a way to like generalize public opinion. So okay. I get that. I just think people are too harsh. I don't know, which kind of makes me mad.
It's like trying to like soften some of the sharp edges of the world. I think.
I know. Like I said, this can't be repaired. I just want to vent about it.
Yeah. No, I mean
that's what it is exactly, because it's
tough.
That's not going to change ever.
I know.
As long as there's like media to consume.
You'll never be able to like play a game online. You and your brother here playing online against two other people, and at the end they're just like, great game, man. Oh, let's like, comment each other. Yeah, let's be really nice to each other online. That's those people. That's like a unicorn sighting right there. That's right. Very few and far between.
I don't even want that.
No, well, yeah, it's not like say you do want it, but it's just like me personally, if I'm playing like some Madden online and I see the guy's mic'd up, it could either go one of two ways. I'm just like, all right, maybe he might say like, woo, I got a first down, or he's gonna be like, oh, keep throwing that pussy ass 4-yard pass. And I'm just like, I have to mute the TV sometimes, but those are the best wins. Those are the greatest victories when you beat someone who talks like a boatload of shit. So I don't know. I guess it would be kind of weird the other way. Like, wow, great game, man. Yeah, let's Eskimo kiss.
I love everything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I love your handle. Oh, that'd be weird.
In that sense, then, do you think that people have always been as disgruntled? We just see more of it now through the power of the internet?
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Like, all these mediums that people have now, it's just, I could be pissed off on Instagram, Twitter. I can be pissed off on Reddit. I can be pissed off on, whatever I want to. It's just how many different avenues can I have to venture out this anger? And it's kind of sad. It's kind of really sad. Oh, man.
I mean, I don't really ever fall for any review anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking back at when's the last time a review influenced my decision.
True.
I saw these Batman reviews before I saw that movie. I watched it. I freaking loved it. There's reviews for games that I've played that ended up coming out, real nasty, but I was looking forward to them and I was playing them, and I can appreciate the time and effort it put into making, parts or moments or mechanics of the game, and I'm like, wow, this is freaking awesome. Even if like the whole grand picture, the game isn't perfect, it is not going to keep my attention for 100 hours. All right, Noah, give a rundown of what the hell just happened.
Well, you see,
Why did the video just cut out?
when you make a podcast and a microphone loves a camera, basically our shit broke, but we fixed it. Not really.
Victims of new technology is what I'm going to put it as.
We're trying out our new...
Timer for 10 minutes.
We got it. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes? I need a timer, man.
Oh, you need a timer?
I'll get a timer.
Okay, so if I'm being serious, our camera apparently has a limit of 4 gigabytes that it can record at once. So we didn't know that until today, since it's a new camera. So I'm setting my timer. Don't worry.
Okay.
So should we all, in like retrospect, do a review on the Canon EOS Rebel T5? Should we all just like make this?
Well, you know what? Now that you mention it, it's the worst camera of all time.
garbage?
Oh my god.
But anyway, I think we kind
We should have bought some liquor.
of. I think I got
Dad
out.
is mad.
I got out what I wanted to say. I didn't expect anything from the conversation. I just needed you guys to hear me out.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just wanted to rant.
I just needed to rant/vent.
Durant.
Durant. You need a little Kevin Durant.
Durant.
A little Russell Westbrook on the topic.
All
Pardon the
right.
paint.
Okay. So that then.
Yes.
I'm still reeling right now in my brain from all that. No, okay.
I think
Back on track.
You survived. It's all right. We made it together.
All right. So Noah's first topic here. He was all about the review scores and him being pretty butthurt about that. But I'm pretty curious as to what Turbo here has with.
What are you bringing
with
to
him
the dinner
today.
table?
Oh man, I guess this is something I'm just gonna throw out there on the spot, and it's something that's happened to me personally, and you guys might have some experience with it, but you never know. But we're gonna talk about some good old fashioned race.
Oh man,
Let that sink in.
heavy
Really
topics
deep.
on
Feel
podcast
the-
number 2.
Feel the tension. Oh, my butthole just puckered up. So, all right.
Oh yeah, I
Buckle
am
up,
sealed
buttercups.
tight back there.
So it's like in my life, born and raised in Colorado, and I've lived in a lot of different places in it. And it seems like in certain times I had friends of like, of course, every color, and people who I could generally have a good time with, because that's all I'm looking for. Is are you fun? Do you make
Right.
me laugh? Are you a good person? Then hell yeah, we can be friends. It's amazing. And so in these situations, there's been a lot of times where I have been like the only black guy who's been in a group of, like 10, even more than that. And then like next thing you know, everything is cool, everything's great, you think so, and then someone drops, I guess like some verbiage into a conversation that kind of makes you think, it pulls you out of the situation a little bit, and it starts to make you think like, okay, are you just like saying the N-word, or are you calling me like a token or something like that? Are you saying this in a way that because you think it's hilarious, or you just think because I won't give a damn, or are you just kind of like, oh no, you're cool, bro, it's not even like that, Like I worked, one of my jobs I worked in my life was at a dispensary, and it was me and my cousin who worked there, and a guy came in, he was a white guy, and we've helped him many times, and he legitimately walked up to us, and he was like, yo, I'm about to go on this cruise, so I need to get something good, my niggas,
Right.
and try to throw like some little flavor on that, and we both just kind of looked at him like, are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? And he's just like, and then he totally took it as like, whoa, like, I'm not even like that. And then he tried to put a bit of, I guess, like, shift the blame to us. Like, I thought you guys were cool, man. I thought we were cool. And I'm like, what does coolness have to do with you bringing up a word like that and saying it to me and my family member and thinking that this is going to be something that we're just going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, we'll dap it out. And, like, I don't know, like it's just weird things like that. They just they make me think of just like how do I present myself to people where someone thinks that that's okay,
Right.
you know? And I've been in situations where I've people who haven't been black or whatever just like say like nigga or
Just say
token
people
or
who
whatever
haven't been black.
who aren't black. Did I say haven't been
Haven't
black?
been.
Oh, that haven't been black.
I
You know what I'm
tried
saying?
it. I tried it.
Yeah, but no. Well, what I'm trying to say is like in these situations where people use words like that, and then like you check them, like you actually like say something to them, and then part of them is just kind of like, oh, like I
Right.
thought everything was cool, and I thought we were friends, and this and that.
Do you think most of the time that happens because someone is too comfortable and so they think they've reached a limit where they're like allowed to say this word?
I
now?
think so, yeah.
They've been waiting for it.
I believe so, and I don't know if that's something that's on like the back of people's minds, but it really might be. You know, like
when it comes to you, it's kind of shocking just because that's not really something you throw around personally. It's like I don't know if I've ever heard you like drop that regularly in a conversation. So for someone to just for someone to just kind of like come say that to you after like barely even really knowing you for you, it's kind of
I've seen white people take advantage of the situation. They think, oh sweet, I finally have a black friend. I can start saying these jokes and they're all cool with it. I can drop crazy race jokes, but it's cool because we like each other as people. But no, that's not ever okay. That's not ever okay. Like I used to work with this black guy, and
Me?
no,
oh, okay.
no, I used to work with this guy, and he was super cool. I was buddy with him, and everybody else that was working with us there together, they were constantly dropping black jokes, because they all thought that they were all buddy. And he'd smile, he'd rub it off like, yeah, whatever, I can hear it, blah blah blah. And then one day they were like, Logan, how come you don't ever join us and do this? I was like, because I know that's still not cool. You could be best buds with these guys, but you don't do that,
Yeah.
And that's when that black guy, he looked at me, he's like, I mean, Logan's right. I've never heard him say any race jokes ever whenever they start spouting off. Because they won't just do black stuff. They'll start making fun of the Mexicans or the Asians that are all in the group of people that we are, It's like, you just don't do race jokes. It's dumb.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's not, and it's not even my point of view to say like, don't tell someone to say something. I will never censor anybody because you're a grown human being. Say what you want, okay? Just be aware of the people you're around, Unless
Right.
you've actually had those conversations with people where it's like, when I say this, it's obviously, I'm not trying to like demean you or degrade you or anything like that. I'm just like an asshole.
I think
this is just what I do. Have those conversations with people and really like see where they're coming from before you just decide to just throw these, before you use this verbiage in your conversations is what I'm saying. It's just know who you're around and know if they're comfortable with
I think what it comes down to is really just being like publicly aware. Like essentially you can imagine it as, okay, so this one guy, maybe he actually is okay with it. Like he really doesn't care, but you can't say that's the same about everybody.
No.
Like just kind of taking it to like really far extreme, just because it's the only thing I can think of right now. If I was in the room of like 100 women who like all had abortions, and then I made an abortion joke, like think like maybe one of them is okay with it.
That's even
This is-
uncomfortable
I'm
for
saying-
me over here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
What is happening?
woo!
I'm curious about the situation that would put you in a room.
with 100 aborted women. Like, where are you?
But do you see where I'm coming from?
Of course,
So maybe
yeah.
one of
Where is
them,
this convention?
It's just like, oh man.
maybe one of them is okay with it, but I would assume that 99 of them are not.
True.
Okay, so you really just have to. Maybe you do have a black friend who doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
But that doesn't give you permission to say something just completely unnecessary.
Yeah, of
You know?
course. And it's, I don't want to come off as sounding too sensitive about it, but it's like I've had a certain situation that arose where we were quoting Dave Chappelle, the old Chappelle Show skits, and one of them was the Charlie Murphy episode where he's talking about him and Rick James and all that stuff, and then it's like Charlie Murphy goes to Rick James's hotel, and he jumps up like he's about to cock another right hand, and then he just kicks him all hard and stuff, and then the bouncer's running, he's like, yeah, make another move, I'm gonna throw this nigga out the window. And then so I'm saying that part, and then this other guy who comes up, who's not black, he's like, I want to say like Canadian and Mexican, which,
Interesting.
yeah. And he says like, oh yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna kick nigga window. I'm like, whoa, all right, like, bring that I would appreciate you just don't say that.
Right.
And he's like, oh, but like and you know, obviously we'd been drinking, and he's just like, oh, but you know I'm not racist, and like I swear this has happened in the past, and like it's not been an issue. And I was like, you know what? If it has happened in the past and it has been an issue, that's my fault. Okay, because that's just me making some other person feel like it's okay to use something that's either gonna piss me off eventually or someone else.
Is that a little hypocritical though?
Say it again.
If
break it down.
You are using verbiage and then
Someone
other
else.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I start saying a word and it's like you say it, even though the connotation of what it means, like if you're trying to encourage other people not to say it,
but I'm using it a bunch.
Yeah, shouldn't you not use it yourself?
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, there's a lot of, and I say this, and it's gonna sound weird because we're talking about race, but there's a lot of monkey see, monkey do, like type, mindsets that go around where it's like, well, I saw him say it and heard him, say it or this and that, so why shouldn't I be okay?
I learned it from watching you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
But then that kind of,
Dad.
I guess that's something I need to, just based on the people who hear stuff like that, and are you just gonna, okay, well, just because you see me, I don't know, walk up and punch a dude in the stomach, are you gonna do it too? Like, it's I guess, I don't know. It really all depends on person to person, but I mean, I guess, yeah, if I'm using type of words like that, I gotta be prepared if other people do too. And like I said, I'm not trying to tell people what to say, but at the same token, just be aware of your presence. Just be aware of who you're around. That's all I'm saying.
Race is just one of those, like...
Stop your thought, I'm gonna restart it.
So, as I was saying, race, I feel like, is just like one of those subjects that will always be considered sensitive until everybody has fucked each other so much that we're all just weird tan ass babies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
ass mom up.
like,
White ass daddy.
Okay.
Tight.
Anyway.
Tight.
So,
Wow.
wow.
That's some wow right there.
So, like I was saying, right now in Colorado, in the area in which I work, the school district there is incredibly diverse.
Oh yeah.
And I know for a fact that this different what's the PC word for it? I can't work with this
Integration? Diversity?
So
No. Anyway. Regardless,
Oh, okay.
No, what are you saying?
I'm saying, okay, so every single race that, let's say, goes to the school district, all these kids, they're all buddy. They're all close friends.
Sure.
They grow up for 6 years. They're best buds. But then one day, one of them can make a race joke that one of them finds offensive, whether it be a black joke, a Middle Eastern joke, a white joke, whatever, Asian joke. You're smart at math, something like that they wouldn't think is offensive. It will always offend someone. And I think that's just something that we kind of have to accept in our lives, is that that's not something that will really ever be okay with everyone, that you can just like make racial jokes or say words that you shouldn't say. It's just one of those things that we kind of have to accept as, okay, so we know we're all different and we are offended by different things because of stereotypes and because of what people have done in the past. And even though we haven't had anything to do with that in our lifetime, it's just something that is a sensitive subject.
That's true. I think also it's just when people say stuff like, oh, like racism's dead or it's gone or anything, I'm just not like, well, I don't know what world you're living in, because that
was the rule, right? Obama's president, racism's over.
That's a goddamn lie. I really think that these conversations just need to be had when you have like a close knit people that you hang out with, and it doesn't always have to be like, I'm not saying go home and like pour a bottle of wine and invite your friends over and like cry for 3 hours or anything like that. But at the same token, you need to have sometimes these serious conversations just to let others know, like, hey, when someone's might not be comfortable with something like that, or it's like, hey, I might bring some people over who might say some things that you guys might get offended by, and I just after a conversation I would know, like, hey, like, just for today, could you lean off of saying stuff like that, because I have a friend who's either gone through something or is just gets uncomfortable when you say things
that's
like
where
that.
it can spread beyond just race. Like I've been around people who were cracking poor jokes, like growing up poor, or or crap like that, and that really pissed me off, like crossing the line style. They were making fun of, going to the theater and having to buy the family packs. It's like, bitch, do you understand why that's there? Like,
what's wrong with a family pack?
Breaking me.
They're like, you save money?
You had to buy a bundle that came with popcorn? What?
Jesus.
So it was just breaking me. I know that's on a completely different level, but along the same lines of saying something that you think is all right to say, where in reality it's like really torquing somebody on the inside.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And then sometimes people don't know unless that person comes out and starts flashing on somebody, and it's just like, whoa, dude, like I didn't even know. Right. Well, if we had this conversation, you might know that some ignorance out of your mouth is gonna piss me off, or like just something you think
you just want to get to the point where you don't have to have that conversation.
I mean, that's true, but I feel like those conversations at times are necessary. Like you gotta have something like that. You know, I don't want to necessarily define my friend as someone who it's like, yeah, we just like hang out and we bullshit and like we're always laughing all the time, yada yada. I mean, yeah, that's sure. That's things that make relationships awesome. It makes it fun, but it's sometimes like, do you necessarily make it real? Like unless you talk about some stuff that's real like that, you know, it's just. I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying.
Along the lines of when looking back, you can see like, oh, I had a lot of friends. No, wait, a bunch of them were just drinking buddies.
Exactly.
I've never been sober with this person.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, you know? And it's like, I don't want to have to always feel like I'm surrounding myself with people who just like me because like I'm fun to drink with, or you guys the same way. You know, you guys are awesome to drink with. You guys are fun as hell, obviously. Right. But that's not the only reason I like to hang out with you guys and, you know, talk to you guys and just
it's
be
just
around
another
you.
aspect.
Yeah, it's just something we might eventually do or occasionally do, but it's not who defines you, you know?
A lot of the times, too, I think that these awkward situations occur from people who...
As we're drinking beers.
...are just, like, you know, more socially awkward than another, maybe.
True.
Or they just don't understand their surroundings as much. It's people who don't really necessarily get it, you know? Like, they're not on point. Mm-hmm. And those aren't your best friends. Those aren't your friends that you hang out with. Like we said, like they're the people you see maybe when you're drinking, but that's it. And it's just, I don't know, they don't click at the same level. And so that's where the awkwardness can occur. Yeah. Because I know in my lifetime, I've never had an experience that I can recall that was just like awkward because somebody said something weird. But I never really went far outside of like what I was comfortable with, like with who I was hanging out with and everything like that. So I just think it's a certain type of person that doesn't really understand that necessarily, or maybe doesn't want to understand that, you know? True. They just like what they know, and so they're
Some people are going to be like, freedom of speech, brother!
Right.
America! I'm like, ooh, all right.
What about when like a TV show starts dropping jokes or little subtle shit like that? Does that get you as bad? Like when Archer's got plenty of black jokes in that show.
You know, but I mean, there's some things where I see myself just watching it more for the entertainment value instead of, because I mean, obviously, if you look too deep into anything, you're gonna be miserable all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just all like, oh man, this couch, this brown couch. Why are we gonna be sitting on the brown? Huh? Where's the white couch at? I can put my brown ass on it. You know, like if you focus on anything too hard, you're just gonna be miserable. You're never gonna find anything in this life that makes you happy or, you know, just get you away from the bullshit from time to time. So I do accept things specifically for the entertainment factor. Like I go back to Dave Chappelle. And his first episode, he had one of the skits he had was the black white supremacist, like a blind dude who was black, didn't know he was black, and so he just went around white power, white power, white power, and it was fucking hilarious because the idea of something like that is just crazy. I think at the end of the skit, he like lifts up his mask, and it's like I see some of his fucking head explodes. Like so. I can embrace when we're like, you know, poking fun at differences. I can obviously embrace that. But when you're just necessarily saying it because it's giving you some sort of clout, you feel like, or you feel like you have some sort of, damn power when you say that over like another type of class or race or whatever it is, then that's when I feel like you're just doing it to be a douchebag.
When you say that with power, I think there's a difference between the people. If we're talking about the use of the N-word again, I think there's a difference in people who say it who want to feel, you know, powerful, and the people who maybe just like, I really want to like.
They want to feel welcome.
I want to feel like a black guy or something like that. You know, like they want to fit in with. So I think there's that difference, but in both senses, it's just something that should not happen. I don't know. Yeah, but then with what you were saying with like TV and movies. Like shows like South Park, where they're gonna make black jokes and then they're gonna make white jokes and Christian jokes, Scientology, and everything. Like just joke about everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like that's acceptable, right? Because it just ruins everybody.
Dude, we're in Colorado. I love South Park. It's just it's great, and you know they made a living off of just making fun of everything, which is like that's genius. Yeah, I feel like so. You know, so entertainment value for some things I can definitely accept, but even then. Sometimes, you know, there might just be some things where back to your topic where it's like, I'm not gonna just bash this person because they used a word I didn't like. You know, I laughed through the whole set, but then they said this one word, and I'm like, oh, my whole. I just flipped the switch.
Yeah, you don't want to be an uber butthurt.
1 out of 10.
No, I might just say like, you know what, like
no, those people are on Tumblr.
Yeah, that's when you give them a low review score.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
And instances like that where it's just like, there's some parts of it that I love and there's other parts that just aren't for me. That just comes down to the individual who's hearing it, you know? So.
And I think for the most part, the three of us in this room, like, generally agree on this topic that we're talking about, but there's a whole different demographic of people that we can't speak for.
Oh, no. Not even close.
We're not doing an intervention with somebody who's just blatantly a dick,
Yeah.
Stay tuned
That'd be
for
a fun conversation.
the other brother where we just don some mask and go grab someone from the street.
Kevin?
So like, what do you say when you're at your house at night? I hear you listen to Dr. Dre CDs and saying the N-word. I heard you, Kevin. But no, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, boys.
Kevin's blaring around in his pickup truck with his Confederate flag in the back and
he's just like
listening to Pantera.
Woo, brother! Woo! With a Miles
Look at us stereotype after
with a Miles Davis the Cool shirt on. I'm like, that's a black musician.
All right, well,
woo! Damn, guys. I'm going to shake your hand. That was a good. I like that.
That was
like
good.
I know
I transferred the.
that was more of
you
a
stiff me
conversation than a rant
phone,
like I
stiff
had.
I transferred it to mine.
Well, no, that was just something where, because I'd like thought about a lot of times where I've been in that situation, and when I had to shake that shit off, we're just like, he's just playing. But then like later on, I think about it, I'm just like, damn, that killed me a little bit inside. But
Yeah, but
fuck.
no, like you said, like if you have to bring that up, I would totally fucking bring that up instead of just like letting it sit there out in the open.
Oh hell yeah! No, I've been a lot more as I've gotten older. Where, and that's just not just like race stuff, but just other things.
Everything.
If you're feeling like you're being disrespected or someone's being a dick, like call that shit out right in the fucking forefront. Stop just letting people, stop accepting all this bullshit that someone's necessarily gonna feed you down your throat. Like stop accepting that shit. I had to do that with a girl. Tell her like, you don't fucking respect me, you need to fucking stop.
Right.
I'm not gonna be the man you need right now, but I'm a fucking man.
Sounds like Logan's fart from earlier.
That's the difference between, like 22-year-old Logan versus Logan now is I don't have time for that shit.
No, don't put up with bullshit.
F the bullshit, man.
Same reason the friend zone's not a thing.
Oh, the friend zone.
There is no such thing as a friend zone.
Poor
It's
dude,
just
high
no
school
backbone.
Noah he was friend zoned for 4 years straight. It was awesome. With many different women. And he didn't even know. That was the saddest part.
Dude, friend zone.
How were you friend zone? There's no such thing as friend zone. You just had no spine.
I
That's
was-
what you're saying.
Yeah, I was the fedora guy, I guess.
Did you rock fedoras in high school?
No, I didn't, thank God.
Shit, I was gonna say thank God you
You,
sleep
see,
in beanies.
you ever seen
Oh,
pictures
man.
of this kid in high school?
Neckbeard
No.
fedora.
His hair was like down to here.
Dude, we can all bring in high school pictures and show each other, and we'll
Dude,
we'll
we
throw
should.
down.
I'll get
Like,
some of my braces
about-
pictures.
look at this: before glasses, after.
Can we get
glasses.
naked baby pictures too?
I mean, I was
Alright,
a
now it's
fucking
getting
dude. I was
weird.
the sexiest fucking baby. People look at that and they be like, I fucked that baby, and I'm like, look at the man he grew up to. Nah.
Nah.
You didn't have that beard in the baby picture. I'm like, bitch, what? It's part of the sexiness. This is man fur. You can rub this up on your thighs.
All right, well, I'm gonna lighten the mood a little bit here.
Let's hear your topic. Let's,
Yeah.
What are you
Recording right
bringing?
now. Holy crap.
I want to talk about tech. I want to talk about how freaking dope 2016 is. We have this new
2016.
I mean, all these VR headsets are dropping now. All this crazy ass tracking technology, all this stuff. So I guess I have more of a question than a topic. Is like I want to know of some VR experiences that you guys want to see. Like, let me give a few examples of what I have in my head.
Oh.
Okay, I want to
We'll
see.
pull out the bro button right now.
I want to see melding of different things. Like, I want to see live sporting events, okay? I want to, as far as like, oh my god, I bought a season pass, a VR season pass for the Broncos. And so, for every Broncos game, you could put on your headset, and it's as though...
Well, let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. There was
slower.
that NFL ad or whatever that was just like that. They were like, experience football.
But I'm not done with my idea.
Okay.
Listen, hear this out. Hear this out.
I'm gonna wait.
I want to put on this headset. I want to be on the 50-yard line. I want to see the field. But I don't want the stadium to be there. I want to be on fucking Mars. I want the football field to be on Mars, which they can change.
Why?
I want to watch a concert. I want to watch a concert, but I want the environment that the concert is in
to be
Mars!
to be underwater. I want to see crazy shit. I want to be on Mars.
Okay.
In every scenario, put me on Mars.
I'm making an
I
omelet.
want to take a shit
on Mars.
On Mars. I want to cook breakfast on Mars.
I get what you're saying, though.
I want to make love on Mars.
No, that's like some Japanese VR thing.
Oh, sorry.
That's true. If you haven't seen that video, go look it up and good lord.
No, just we're gonna have the tech to mix all these things. You know, play a baseball game like an actual video game in VR. You're playing baseball, but instead of just on a normal ass diamond, you're on top of a fucking mountain. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I want to see mixing experiences to see things that you would never ever see.
Right.
Dude,
real life.
We're thinking in VR in the sense of, wow, you can put me in a different location here, but it's something we've already seen before in real life. When you're saying it should be something that we're not actually going to be able to experience in our lifetime, so we might as well pretend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what if there was some way to put you on a spaceship, you know, with zero gravity, but it looks as though you yourself are like strapped in, but you're looking into 0G and watching, you know, some Ender's Game bullshit happening above you,
God.
you know,
Damn.
stuff like that.
Maybe playing beer pong in a Shark Tank. Feel me? Like we're
yeah,
shit.
I want to see
Like-
experiences like that. I don't just want to be like,
What about,
yo,
like-
you're in a spooky house.
What
you
about
know?
like weird
Okay.
shit? Like you've redesigned your house, but in the exact same dimensions as your house actually is. So when you get home, you put on your VR glasses and you're in some rich ass mansion or something like some futuristic tech with like all glass walls and just like you're in this badass house on some skyscraper, and so you've completely redesigned your house, but in VR. Like, is that something that's cool? Like, just changing the
It'd be
surroundings
cool to
that you're in?
experience, but not
It'd be
not
cool
as like
experience,
a normal thing.
Yeah, you
then
accept
you're
that.
just you're
I was
in
gonna
your
say,
own delusional
accept
world.
that as your reality. You're just delusional and you need some help.
Like, I put this on now. My wife is hot.
Oh, what's up, baby?
Hold on, honey.
Hold on, girl. Let me be able to look at you with my good glasses. Yeah.
It's 2016 version of paper bag in it.
She's all just like, why do you say when you use glasses? Oh my god! And you're just
You
like,
gotta put googly eyes on the outside of it though. So you're like, yeah.
I'm not asleep.
Yeah. So what are some things you guys want to see in VR?
Damn, dude, this one's
What?
like,
Yeah.
That's a heavy question.
it's rough. I want to be able to. I mean, I don't know, I've seen a lot of like action movies, obviously, and I think it's really dope. And earlier today, I was actually playing. I was playing some Arkham Knight, but I was playing the AR challenges where it's like you're trying to get like a 30,000 point score to get those 3 scores or those 3 stars. And I was like, damn, I would love for all the action movies I've seen to be put in a scenario where I put on a headset and I'm like surrounded, you know, like there's like a bunch of villains.
What's that new
I'm
movie
just-
that's in first
I'm
person?
beating ass. That
Oh,
Hardcore Henry.
oh, like-
but I don't know.
You put on the headset and it's as though you're a minion, like one of the henchmen.
Oh, I don't want to be the henchman.
No. Listen. You're one
gonna
of
get beat in the ass.
You're one of the henchmen.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't actually get into the fight. You see all your buddies to your left and right, like running in one at a time, get their ass beat by Batman.
And you're just
then
like-
once they're all beat, Batman looks at you, and you're like,
Well, I'd be like, I was on your team, Batman. He's like, just takes me out. No, but like, I'd love to be in a scenario where I'm like the sole protagonist, and I'm just taking on all these like goons and henchmen.
So
and
is
stuff.
that's going on.
But
That's going beyond VR. Then
I could be doing it on top of a cupcake. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to necessarily be on a building or an alleyway. I could be like on this delicious pastry.
No, that
I'm
sounds
just
like it's a movie
whooping
combined
ass.
with a video game.
Uh,
It sounds like you're essentially like
a video game.
Let's just take James Bond as an example. Like you are James Bond, and you're busting through GoldenEye, whatever. You're killing fools, bam, 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 bam. But it's like you're seeing real people. You're not seeing it as if it's animated. It's like a movie, but you're living it.
So torture porn.
Yes, exactly, exactly what we're talking
Let's get
about
the
here.
belts put around our necks and start choking. Yeah. That was
What about
that's a masturbation
putting
joke.
it on?
Just want to throw it out there. Wasn't it?
Putting on
Thanks
the
for laying that
headset and reenacting Finding Nemo, but you're Nemo.
Is it weird? Am I gonna get hated on because I've never seen Finding Nemo?
You get the gist of it.
Do I get to kiss Dory in the mouth?
No, I'm
Is Dory
saying
a
like
chick? Dude, I feel like Dory would be a hot name of a chick, like a hot girl who just walked in, like who delivered us all like a pizza right now. Like, I'm Dory, and I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Doug, girl, take this phone up. Oh, you on the internet, girl? Check that out. I always want to be famous. But back to your topic, though, I feel like that would be really cool to mix just things that possibly we'll never see in our lives in just ordinary scenarios. Like you're playing, you guys are linked up playing a game, and it's just the stars, or you guys are, I don't know, you're 50 feet below the ocean. Just
No, but
I feel
literally
like that would be pretty sweet.
That already exists in VR. I've seen people that
We are VR.
they in their VR headset, right? Okay, so they're essentially in their VR headset, they're essentially looking at a huge TV or something like that. We'll say like a 90-inch TV through their headset. And then the background is them like floating in the fucking sky with a sunset, and they're just gaming, which I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's cooler along the lines of something like Logan said, like you're watching a football game, but they're on Mars or something like that.
the field is lava. Okay.
Whoa!
They're playing football.
We all know
You were on some Mutant League football,
They
Sega
would
Genesis,
melt
old school
instantly.
right now.
They had some way of having the end zone be a brick wall. And so anytime a touchdown was scored, it would
bust
look
through it?
like the dude busted into a brick wall.
Let's take VR to the next level then. Okay.
Who do you even voice these
They
concerns
changed
to?
the look
like,
of the football to be an infant child.
Oh my god! Catch the baby for a Hail Mary!
All right, how about the cameras from the view of the football and you're just fucking spinning around?
You're
So-
getting kicked like I hate that.
So let's
punter.
combine our VR with avatars, okay? You wake up in the morning, you put on your VR headset, your avatar boots up at work, and you just do your daily
Oh, that's the
spiel.
movie Surrogate. That's
Huh?
a Bruce Willis movie.
Exactly.
Wait, he wasn't a surrogate parent in that movie?
No, Surrogate. It was
Everybody
that
in the
film that was
movie-
all
Wasn't that about a lady who had a baby for
No.
someone who couldn't have?
No. You're
That's
thinking
I
like
mean,
the,
that is a surrogate.
That is
Oh,
surrogate
I was like,
mother.
why would Bruce Willis be in that movie? that man's fish. His boys can swim.
So,
Right, so I don't know
What is
why.
this?
His boys can swim. That man was Die Hard. He was killing bad guys with bare feet and glasses, toes. But what were you saying now?
no, that film is all about how in the future everybody, to stay safe because they're worried about whatever, stay in their apartments, jack into this thing, and they control a robot that is their surrogate.
Oh my
And so they
God.
mentally control this robot that goes to work and does everything for them. So everybody's
So
like,
glad I haven't seen this movie.
disgusting, smelly, fat at home or whatever. Except Bruce Willis, is like, no, we gotta stop. Pew, pew.
Oh, so Bruce Willis is shooting things though.
Yeah,
I feel
Alright,
like
thank
he's
God.
his real self, if I'm correct.
no, he has a surrogate, but then he stops being his surrogate because his surrogate has hair. I don't know.
But how far off? That seems like something that is realistic in our
we're
generation.
still a few decades away from
The fact that John
robots like
McClane had to have, oh my God, someone needed to slap that screen director. If you write the movie, you're a screenplay, right?
screenwriter.
Screenwriter, yeah.
Right.
He'd have got
Screenplay director.
He'd have got Palm
flex.
Man back in about 2 seconds. A little, bam.
He
'cause-
probably got paid more money.
I didn't even
Yeah,
see what you
did.
did. That was so fast.
Thank you. Right? I've been practicing.
What even happened?
Sparks fly and a little magic. Yeah. Who do we go to? Do we go to the VR people directly if we want to express these concerns? Like, I want to watch a Bronco AFC Championship game against those Patriots that we beat because they're lousy cheaters on Mars.
Well, here's my
I
question.
want to see that.
Do the current devs get into VR as of now, or do we have to wait for this next generation to take on VR development as their own niche? And do we have to wait until the real VR actually starts being developed.
I think we're still a few generations away. You have to look at these headsets, these VR headsets that just dropped. Look at them like normal video game cycles. Like the VR headsets that just dropped, the Vive, the Oculus. You know, look at them like the OG Xbox. Look at them like the PS2. All right. So when the Oculus 2 comes out, when the HTC Vive 3 comes out, you know, these are going to be the new iterations, the one that have higher pixel density, better tracking, you know, all this new tech. So we're on the baseline right now, but give it a decade and we're going to have these gnarly freaking headsets that fully give you a huge field of view, you know.
And you think the headset's
walk
gonna get bigger? Or
no
way. It's just gonna
tech never gets bigger.
It'll get to a point where like
size does matter, ladies.
Monitors on computers won't even be a thing. I mean, it'll be.
Well, then
here's my machine. Plug this in. Boom. All right, I got my shit.
That means we're at our next question, which is VR headset is VR the future for everyone, or will people still be gaming on monitors?
I was
There'll
gonna say,
still be monitors. There'll always be monitors.
Is VR?
I just melt into the couch like that weed commercial.
I don't smoke with Jennifer no more.
But yeah.
Anyway. No, because I mean there are physical limitations that people have that VR doesn't work for them. Mm-hmm. You know, one of their eyeballs is busted. You know, they're exceptionally susceptible to motion sickness. You know, shit like that. Yeah. There's always going to be normal ass monitors or some normal way to view shit, whether it's holograms or whatever. But VR will be an acceptable form of viewing things.
Okay, so do you think the majority will take it on? Like the masses will be mostly VR, or do you think that it's just going to be like a certain subject like of gaming in general?
Do we eventually in the future, not so
gaming's going to mass market it. It's not going to be, it's going to be something other than gaming that makes it like socially acceptable across all standards.
Well,
like there's going to be some movie that comes out or television show in which you put on the headset and you're in there. You're at the CSI scene with CSI Mars, and they're like investigating
CSI Mars.
Someone analyzes.
Someone threw a toddler as a football. No, I can see VR hitting education like pretty rapidly. Like in my industry, we discuss a lot how virtual field trips are essentially going to be a thing, and a classroom full of VR headsets.
Wow.
Walking around Rome is going to be huge.
Yeah,
and
or hey,
like
let's go see Mount Fuji. Or along the same lines, you know, that'd make teaching history a lot more entertaining. Hey,
oh my God, are you kidding? That'd be so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, we're in a trench in World War I. Watch the fuck out, and the teachers walk around with like tasers and zapping the kids as they're in VR.
You're trying to be like, all right, Jim, you pay attention. Oh, you just kind of
looking at their trench foot. Oh my God.
Jeez. But no, I mean, that'd be cool to say, like, I don't know, what if we're filming this podcast and, like, you're in the south of France, you're on the goddamn Great Wall of China, and I'm, I don't know, in a WWE
in a
ring
sorority
somewhere.
room.
Yeah, just, woo, you're panty red hot! And, you know, but somehow we all just get synced up to here, and we're just all sitting around this blue table with our sexy mic and these great beers.
That's where the future gets really, really cool, because especially the stuff that...
Future is cool.
That Tesla... is working on with their vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
They're working on the self-driving. They're working on the
summoning.
Yeah, basically summoning your car. They said, you know, Elon Musk. You know, I read some of his stuff, and he was saying, yeah, so we're gonna get to a point where, you know, a car will autonomously be able to drive from New York to LA without a single driver inside of it, or passenger, or whatever. So imagine this, all right? So. Hey, I want to go on a road trip right now. I'm in Denver. I want to go to
Mississippi.
Yeah, I want to go to Mississippi. Mm-hmm. You know, program your freaking car, grab a cooler full of snacks, put that in your car, get in there, put on a headset, and all of a sudden, you know, you're in this virtual reality world where you're, you know, doing something else completely different, and you're in this world for a little bit, and then when you take the headset off, boom, you're halfway to freaking Mississippi.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd be super dope. I'm looking forward to driverless car. All right? Like, if you're not looking forward to that, then I mean, just
that's almost where we're
driverless
at.
car? Dude, so badass.
You get in the driver's seat, program where you go, and the seat swivels, and you get in the back and start like
Just
playing cards.
Well, at the point,
fixing some taters, just you know.
at the point we're at right now,
Mississippi taters.
we can essentially be driverless. But obviously you're supposed to be alert at all times. Like if you need to take the wheel, like you got to be ready to go. And my concern is once that becomes mass market, people are going to take advantage of it, and we'll have people who, let's say, like a drunk driver he's like, I have automatic driving. Okay, I'll be good. And so he gets in his car, falls asleep, sets it for autopilot, and then he just crashes and dies.
That's true. Because, will the car be eventually able to, like, slow down, know a parking space,
This is all going to be, like, regulated stuff that they're going to figure out, making HOV lanes, but for self-driving cars, shit like that.
Yeah.
Put up an extra barricade so drunk drivers can't slam into the people that aren't even paying the fuck attention.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I'm like, how do you... That's tough. You just dropped some whole other shit right now. And I'm all like, when's the car going to park? When is it knowing to park? That's just wow. You just dropped some shit on my brain. And
No, okay, so here's what they're
Get like
saying.
I don't think I've ever said that sentence, but
Here's what they're saying about
just boop, boop, reset it.
So basically, they're saying that developers for self-driving vehicles are making crazy decisions because they have to determine, like, okay, so let's say that there is a family of 3 crossing the street illegally. Okay.
how does the car recognize that?
Does your car see it as they're breaking the law, I'm going to run their asses over? Or is it going to make a risky maneuver with you in the car and potentially crash you to save them because there's 3 of them? Or does it save you because you're legal? Okay, so it's things like that. So they have to literally program these decisions before they release it.
Yeah. Who gets charged with manslaughter? You or the car?
Kill the family.
So they have to make these decisions over, like, okay, so this car is going to get in an accident, but they have 5 people, and it's just you driving to work by yourself. So should we say 5 people, and should we just crash your car? Like, these are the things that they have to choose.
Prioritize those who can afford your car. And then
What?
go buy worse metrics.
What the fuck are you talking
I think you
about?
just turned this into a status thing. Like, I make more money, so my car's gonna save me.
He was
but
just talking
your
about
car's
Ford
gonna
There's
kill you.
There's a giant list, a priority list. All right, and so the whole point is to get higher on this list, and whoever's ranked higher,
Dude, what?
survives.
Calm down, Hitler. Oh my god.
Jesus.
What is this?
Thank God there's more beer in that bucket.
I'm gonna need it after whatever he's talking
I
about.
don't know what the hell just happened here.
Okay, so
Wow. But I guess, like, that's another thing, too, is, like, am I getting in my auto-driven car just to take a nap? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do get sleepy in the car, okay? If I'm not driving,
It happens to everybody.
I'm a very tired person in the car, right? It's like, if you need a way to make sure that I get some sleep, I'm like, Logan, I got insomnia, man. Like, or no, like, I don't know what to do to sleep. Oh, let's get around the car and drive around the block. And I'll just... So it's like, do I want to just get in the car knowing that I have to drive it so I can just go to sleep? Or maybe I want to, like, do some light reading in the car. Maybe I want to, I don't know, I might have a headset in the dash and I can play like a little PS1 or something like that. Who knows?
I think the point from us being able to completely neglect that we're in a vehicle and we can do whatever we want is probably another decade down the road from us being able to not have to drive but just monitor the car. Just kind of lean back in your seat and just kind of watch the road like, okay, yeah.
Wow, never noticed that.
But also have the brake right there and the steering wheel right there if you need it. I
True.
think that's pretty much where we're at.
Okay.
So we're not all the way, but
What if we combine VR with these self-driving cars, where the inside of the windows, inside of the car, like, are actually video screens? So you program, hey, I want to drive, take me to this store that's 20 miles from here.
Gotcha.
But boom, all your windows change, and it looks like you're just on a moon rover.
That would be badass.
Right.
Or it's like, hey, you're driving somewhere and you got the Iowa game up. Iowa's playing Wisconsin. I want that on my rear views and stuff while I'm going to the rec or something like that, That'd be pretty sweet. Future.
All these things, like, there's nothing that we have said today that hasn't been like, we're not gonna see this. This is all the direction that this tech is going, and that's why I'm freaking stoked.
in the movie, have you guys both seen WALL-E?
No, that's another movie I haven't seen, man. I don't see a lot of
You haven't
movies
seen WALL-E?
all the time. But I know it's a
Okay,
cute
this
little
is
robot.
an old reference, but basically, every person in WALL-E has become obese and they just lie in these self-moving chairs all day. And
Everyone who ever made that movie?
no,
No, that's the whole plot of it. Like, humans have been in space for 100 or 200, I don't know. It's a
basically
long
they
time.
don't have to take care of themselves anymore because
'Cause
robots do everything.
They ruined Earth.
Arf.
Mm-hmm.
Arf is my turf.
But I mean, that's where we're headed, and I'm okay with that.
Dude.
And Wally was just one of the like cleaner robots that was like left on Earth to clean it up.
Wally's like,
It's like, I want to feel love.
doesn't Wally have a girlfriend in that one too? Doesn't he like get a chick?
Spoilers.
Yeah, we can't talk about that. That movie's only 5 years old.
Sorry, in case no one's ever seen Wally. This guy. Never seen Wally.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude.
You looking forward to that? That was a much lighter tone topic than your dark
What?
shit.
Hey, other brother we don't just tiptoe around the bullshit of
Well,
our
we get in
current
there.
day.
We
You
get
know what I'm
in
saying?
there.
We get in there like
We get in
swimwear,
there.
son. Our boys can swim.
Our viewers are gonna have no confusion about what we think about. Like, oh my god, they're getting real.
Overall,
Stuff just got- whoa.
I'll give my topic a 7 out of 10.
Oh. I give my topic a 10 out of 10 because it was real. It was real. And no, your topic, it's like a 5.
Meh.
Man, I mean, after my opener, it only got escalated. It was just
Yeah, it's like we started here.
I
and
feel
then
like-
we cranked it and like just.
I kind of brought you guys into it. Like, we just kind of started off easy.
Yeah.
Hey, before we wrap this up, I'm actually thinking let's do another quick go round. You know, a couple minutes each.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about any movies we saw in the past week, any games we played in the last week, anything that stands out. You know.
In 2 minutes.
No, I'm just saying.
2 minute
just
wrap up.
Give a quick rundown.
Go.
We're not on speed demon mode. Right
Go now.
All right, so let me go first.
Hold on.
This week, I actually didn't do very much gaming, but I did see two
Gotta be an
movies.
adult sometime.
Right. I saw 2 movies that were new to me, not necessarily new to everyone. But I saw 2 horror movies, I guess you could say. One was The Forest, which is
Dude,
Natalie
Marjorie
Dormer
Tyrell
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Of course she's fine.
Hot sauce.
Oh,
How good was
dude.
it? Give me a number.
Let me give you a pros, cons, and mixed list.
No, what else? What else did you see?
So anyway, I saw Green Room, which is in theaters. It's about essentially this punk rock band that is looking for a gig, and they're like about to have their tour
I remember
canceled
the
because they
trailer
have
for
no
that.
money. And then they get to this gig, and one of them doesn't witness, but they see basically the after effects of a murder. They see a dead body on the ground.
Oh wow.
And so they're like, "Oh, you saw us kill this lady. Like, you can't leave." So then they keep them there, and end up having a battle to try and get out of there
Of the bands.
and just live.
Whoever rocks the hardest doesn't die.
But Patrick Stewart is the bad guy in that movie, and it was actually pretty awesome.
Professor Xavier.
Yeah, he's the.
Is
he's
he
the
in a
bad
wheelchair?
guy.
Does he roll up like, you will not leave, and like, we won't leave.
There-
No.
No, but
Tremors.
without giving spoilers, since it's a new movie, it was really good. It wasn't. I wouldn't consider it horror. It wasn't scary. It was gory. It was violent.
Okay.
But I would definitely
Is that a
recommend
thriller?
it. Yeah, it was hardcore thriller.
Did Patty Stewart wear a wig or he was bald?
He was bald.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but he was badass for sure.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out. For some reason, it has good reviews. Good reviews. But
You shouldn't have said that.
I know, but
Every time we review anything,
it does.
it's gonna come up.
Forever.
It does have good reviews, but for some reason it's not doing very well in the theaters. I guess because I could barely find it this weekend in theaters, and it just came out. So
Yeah, they must not have had a good marketing team on it.
I would check it out if you get a chance.
Probably gonna be on Netflix soon.
Green Room.
Not
That's what I saw.
on Netflix. It'll be in Redbox.
The Room of Green.
Redbox.
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 Physical movies, Logan, not digital.
How would that
That
work?
gets greener as you.
Anyway,
stay away.
Turbo.
Oh. Okay, so I guess I didn't really watch anything new to me, but I watched again Batman Under the Red Hood on HBO Go.
Oh yeah.
I'm super into the animated Batman movies. They're
That's a
awesome.
good one.
I just watched year one before. I watched it a little bit last night, and then I finished it before I came over here earlier. But yeah, dude, where it just shows a lot of background of the Joker killing Jason Todd or roughing him up a lot with a crowbar, and it's cool because I got this little Figma. I don't know how to really describe Figma. It's like these really highly detailed action figures, and I got a Figma Joker from Injustice. He's about maybe this big, and he comes with like different set of hands, different two different heads. He's got like a crowbar and a gun and like the little chatterbox things.
I've never heard of a Figma before. Is it like a? You say it's pretty high quality. Is it kind of expensive or not?
Dude, it was $60
$60
for an action figure. Yeah. And I
is it one of the ones that you don't take out of the box? Or
you know what? I thought about not taking it out of the box, but I took his ass out of the box. As soon as
Fuck everybody who doesn't take shit out of the box.
I was like, yeah! I was throwing pieces all in the air and stuff. But yeah, man, I was watching Under the Red Hood and it shows a lot of detail of like, apparently they're in Bosnia, I want to say, and like, dude, Joker's just going to town on Jason Todd, just bah, bah, with a freaking crowbar, and Batman, of course, gets there late, and the building blows up, and he's like, no, not that dramatic, but he's like holding Jason Todd. Then it like pans years later, and then the Red Hood starts like terrorizing Gotham, mainly terrorizing the drug dealers. Is
that spoilers?
Did I say Jason Todd or I say
No, yeah.
Red Hood?
You're about to spoil everything.
Okay.
It's too late. Point no return.
Well, anyway, it's a great movie.
Jason Hood.
You should watch
Red
it.
Todd.
Red Hood starts terrorizing Gotham, and Batman's like, this guy. And then Nightwing helps him. Nightwing played by NPH, though. I'm like, Doogie Howser is Nightwing.
shit.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I was
Wait,
like, what?
I thought you said this was animated.
It is.
But he's voice acting.
He's voice. Yeah, he's the voice actor. And I don't know. It's a great movie. There's Batman Under the Red Hood, Batman Year One, and then there's two other Batman movies on HBO Go. I forget what they are, but they're both pretty good.
Dark Knight Rises.
No,
Dark Knight Returns.
But they're
Part
animation
1 and 2.
though.
Yeah, part 1 and 2.
Is it Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah, where he's old.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, he's
part
old
1
as hell,
and part
dude.
2.
Old fogey Bruce Wayne.
That's the Batman that
Is
Ben
he still
Affleck
badass
is
when he's old?
That's the Batman that Ben Affleck is based
Dude, his
on.
muscles just get bigger when he's older.
Why
He's
didn't-
just like,
He looks
How
like
does he not have a kid?
He doesn't have time for love.
In 70 years?
never has time for love.
No, Batman's what? In comic books, I've seen him have a fling with Catwoman. I've seen him have a fling with
Talia al Ghul.
Yeah.
Dude, Son of Batman on Netflix. That's a good one too. I enjoy it.
Wait, what?
Son of Batman.
Batman has
It's
a
on.
son.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? That's what we were just talking about.
Needless to say, him and Talia. You know, I wish my whistle was a
Damian
lot louder.
Wayne
Send me the link
is
to that one.
is the newest.
It's more like because his boys be swimming. But
that punishment.
this Batman's deep. Just,
That punishment.
and this is not in the bat suit. He's got a blacker dick than me. But yeah. But just to bring it back around
Didn't
to
have a zipper.
bring it back around to like Figma. The thing I was saying, yeah, man, it's like a $60 action figure. He's like this big, dude, and he's got hands and heads and awesome weapons. And then I got a Solid Snake one.
Really?
And he's like this big though. He's a little guy, and it's like a little baby head.
Is that
He's
one
like,
$60 too?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, just let me 3D print you one, and then you can paint it.
What?
No, 3D printers.
Okay, that's a talk for
But
another
yeah,
time.
I'm a fan of dude, action figures. I had a bunch when I was younger. I sold them at a garage sale because I thought, oh, I'm like a teenager. I don't need toys anymore. I need money. Blah 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 blah. And now I really hate myself for that. So I bought a lot of action figures recently. I was a big collector into WWE stuff, so I got a lot of wrestling action figures. This guy knows my love for wrestling. You'll learn it.
I know
I'll learn it.
You'll
I
learn
don't
it.
understand it.
Oh, he doesn't understand, but
Like
That ain't wrestling.
Like
by the way, WWE Payback is tonight. Roman Reigns, I hope you lose your title. I'm
Wait.
gonna say this right into the camera. Hope you lose your title. Nothing personal, but you're a shitty champion. No one likes you. Okay, go.
we're
AJ
talking
Styles.
WWE,
Yeah,
like the real fake stuff.
yeah.
You're into it?
Yeah, dude, I love it. Dude, I'm rocking a freaking. Look at that. That's WWE wear right there. That's WWE wear. All right. Shout out to Seth Rollins.
Who never shuts up?
John Cena never shuts up. So yeah, never shuts up.
Well, he's got all the memes, bro.
You can't see knee. That's because Seth Rollins broke John Cena's nose with a knee in a match one time.
Oh,
It was
fuck.
pretty sweet. So anyway,
You're a grown ass man.
Logan.
Wait, speaking of things that you sold at garage sales that you regret.
Ugh, pocket pussies.
Whoa.
Just kidding. I never
That's
sold.
sold?
I never
At
sold
a
it.
garage sale?
I never sold it. I just.
I was
threw it
gonna
away.
say Pokemon cards, but if we're going in that route,
Our OG NES. Mom and Dad sold it.
that was in the garage sale.
Hold on. Did you both know about it when they sold it, or
I
no?
was
learned
too
about
young.
it
I was
after.
too young.
I don't even think he was alive.
Oh wow.
No, he was probably like 1 or 2.
I was.
The
I was.
good old days, huh?
I was.
Shut
Oh.
Let's attack him together. Let's attack him
No, I'm
together.
trying to think. That was mid 90s.
I mean,
They
I was.
sold it. They sold it at the house that we lived in when you were born. So
Oh.
you were like
I was less than 1.
you were like fresh out the grave or whatever. Yeah, they
That's
sold
how
it at
fast
that
I came
house.
out, Turbo.
Then I remember.
I don't fuck around.
I'm here, baby. No, it just appears. The grave? That's what you call your,
Whatever.
your
It just
mother?
happened.
No.
Happened.
Calling her right now.
We love you, Mom. We love you.
No, so this past week, honestly, this past week hasn't been much except for the few hours that yesterday I was able to get some more Metal Gear Solid 5 going because I never finished that.
Mm-hmm. That was the newest one to hit.
Is that Phantom?
PS4?
Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Yeah. The one I had. Remember when
Did
I?
you just ask me if before?
Do you want
Well,
this?
no. Yes, I do. Oh, thanks. I'm so confused on what's happening right now. But no,
I'm
is that the
playing it on
one?
PC. It's on PS4.
Is that the one where remember when I first bought my PS4?
No, that's
and
Ground Zeroes.
Well, but yeah, but I sent you the game and I sent you that screenshot and I was like, yeah, and you're like, oh, you got the demo, and I'm like, demo? And you're like, yeah, that's not the real game, and I'm like, what?
It's like
And
a
I got
30-minute
home and-
prologue.
Dude, I was pissed.
No!
I was pissed.
Yeah, so I've been playing through that one, which is a beefy game, and then, I was dabbling in a bit of the Dragon Age Inquisition because my cloud save on Origin got all sorts of messed up, and I lost 40 hours to save on there, and I still have to play some of the DLC packs that I bought, but everything's all wonky. So
Your struggle.
I basically signed up for 2 games that are about 100, 150 hours
Exactly.
long. Yeah.
Does
When I have like maybe 4 or 5 hours a week to play video games, so it's gonna be an interesting battle.
So wait, does Link? See, that's where I was going. Does Solid Snake in this upcoming or in this one that you're playing? Does he channel his inner Link and ride a horse?
Battery's almost dead. Battery's almost dead. It's blinking angrily.
Wait, we have to let Trash Can Beer get their plug.
Just so you guys know, an
Trash Can Beers.
awesome character that you guys will come to know and love. Big old Trash Can Beer. Waste Basket if you're fancy, all right. But just to let you know, I'm not the only black person on the show, and
Oh my God.
he does serve us beer.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up then.
All right.
Once again, my name is Logan.
I am Turbo, who that beer better not go up.
Oh,
that
it's
better not
going!
go up. That better not go up. Stop,
going!
stop, 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 stop,
Ah!
stop. Okay, it did.
And I'm Noah.
Thanks for watching round 2 of our podcast.
OBP.
Yeah, OBP. Huh?
OBP number 2.
Names pending. But
If you have a better name, please comment below.
We'll,
let us know.
We'll have more content for you. Make sure to keep checking our channel because we're gonna have several videos up a week about gaming and movies and other nonsense. And be sure to subscribe if you enjoy what you see.
Definitely.
If not, whatever. If we're not for you, we're not for you. Just,
You would know pretty instantly, I think.
All right.
And your tip for the week, go get an apple fritter and put it in the freezer. And then eat it later.
This
It's
is how
very
we
good.
end.
This is it. Thank you, Titan. Thank you, Easy Street.